Good afternoon. This is Ann Tunerman with Tales of the Cocktail. Thank you very much for joining our second Google Hangout to talk about sponsorship with Tales of the Cocktail 2015. These calls are kind of geared toward people that maybe have not been to Tales of the Cocktail before. We want to give you a nice overview of what you can expect, features and benefits that we can provide for you. So I'll give you a little background first. Tales 13 years ago, so 2015 will be our 15th year. It started off as a walking tour of New Orleans bars and restaurants and evolved into what it is today, which is the world's premier event for the professional bartenders. So if you're a professional mixologist, this is a must attend. And you come to New Orleans to network with your peers, to interact with your community, to learn. We have a total of over 80 seminars planned in 2015, including tasting rooms, spirited dinners, outside events. And then although we're interested in advancing the cocktail culture, we're also interested in preserving it at the same time. So again, Tales of the Cocktail really is a mecca, and it is the one event that is curated for the professional bartender. In addition, we run the New Orleans Culinary and Cultural Preservation Society. So Tales of the Cocktail is in effect the fundraiser for that nonprofit, and we donate funds back into the bartending community. So we have everything from a medical aid fund to a tuition reimbursement fund. In 2015 alone, we will grant $100,000 just in tuition reimbursement. So, then we take those funds that are invested in the event and put them back into the bartending community. So we love doing those kind of things, whether they're big or small. For example, we're actually feeding 80 bartenders Thanksgiving dinner on January 5th in New Orleans because we know our hardworking bartenders and service industry professionals are usually working on the holidays that you and I are enjoying. So, want to talk to you a little bit about Tales of the Cocktail. This is interactive, so you can feel free to ask me questions at any time. I don't just have to be speaking, and you don't have to wait till the end. So again, feel free to ask questions. Coming to you live from our office in Bywater, New Orleans. And I think now, if we don't have any initial questions, I will jump into the program and take you through the sponsorship deck. And then again, you can ask any questions along the way, and I can see those questions and answer them for you. So I'm going to share the presentation now. Okay, everybody should be able to see the presentation now, so you should see a cover page, Tales of the Cocktail. Hold on one second. My lovely assistant, Emily, is helping me advance to the next page. One moment, technical difficulty. Okay, there we go. So everybody should be able to see the presentation now. And again, I'll take you through it. And if you have any questions, just, answer those or ask those, along the way. Hold on, now I accidentally hit something. Thank goodness for the young, energetic staff in the office, Emily, that's helping me out. She just had it set up, and then I accidentally hit a wrong button there. Sponsorship. Okay, Phil, I'll answer your question while we are uh, handling our presentation. Uh, Syrup are a electronics device, or I think great majority of our parts have been spirits companies, but we know that is not all that is used in a bar. Uh, so I'll take you through the first slide here. And again, feel free to keep asking questions like Phil did. And I know I answered Jim, but if you let me know a little more, I can, answer your question more direct. Every year for Tales of Cocktail, we have a theme. So in 2015, the theme is The Spirits Are Calling. So we want to call to New Orleans. We want to call you to learn. So again, this is a spirited gathering of your fellow cocktail professionals around the world. Tales of Cocktail is curated for the professional bartender. So that is who we plan and organize the event for. It is July 15th through 19th. And like I said, it's our 13th annual Tales of the Cocktail. I mentioned this a little earlier on, but our 501c3 is the New Orleans Culinary and Cultural Preservation Society. So again, the sponsorship dollars and the ticketing proceeds we invest back into the community from the events we do throughout the year, which includes Tales the Cocktail, Tales the Cocktail on Tour, and our Tales the Toddy event, which is just held annually in New Orleans. Again, to give you an idea about some of the latest programs, I mentioned the tuition reimbursement. This is something I'm really excited about, because the one thing this does is it doesn't just fund bar training. So if we have a former apprentice applying for tuition reimbursement, it could be for QuickBooks class, it could be for graphic design, it could be for, public speaking, whatever they think they need that will help them improve themselves or their business, we will reimburse that tuition. And again, on the other side of that, it could be, wine training, it could be Cicerone training. So it gives them a wealth of things to choose from versus us just selecting where they will go. The Tales team is something that I am extremely proud of. These young ladies make the event happen. So if you don't already know them, I look forward to you meeting them. The spirited women of Tales of the Cocktail, myself, Michelle, Melissa, and Christina. I believe 2015 will be their 8th Tales of the Cocktail. Our newest additions, Christine, Emily, and Alex, are just a fabulous addition to the team. We really grow all of our own team members, so they have all been former, interns or seasonal staff or volunteers. So somebody like Emily has actually been with us for 4 Tales of the Cocktail. One is a full-time employee, the others in other capacities. So we really love the team we're working with, and want you to have a pleasant experience with everyone you interact with at Tales of the Cocktail. Fun show of our Toast to Tales of the Cocktail conference. So in 2014, we kind of reined it a little bit. So we had around 7. So we're happy with that number. We're not just big growth, so we'll probably keep that the same. Since we've been very diverse study, we had about an $82 million impact on the city, thanks to you all coming to visit us at Tales of the Cocktail. Registration, this is kind of your body will come to registration to up their tickets, their credentials, check out the Tales of the Cocktail gift shop. So that's your first stop, and we will help answer any questions you have as well. The market at Tales of the Cocktail, this is another way that you can support what we do. We really expanded our selection in 2014 of merchandise, and also towels are, special from Press conference. It happens every year on that first Wednesday at 2 o'clock. This is we had a wall banger flash mob, and we also announced that we would be going to Mexico City for the next 2 years at that kickoff press conference. Sponsorship is crucial, so we very much value the best until the be able to benefits access to the event, our social, which are huge. That's on Facebook right now, to activation support, to brand recognition, to attendee outreach. So I won't read these to you, one by one, but we think we have a very nice framework to offer you as a partner in Tales of the Cocktail. Shots of Inspiration and our bookstore and Bitter Market. This is just one of the cases. It's an excellent win-win for everybody. I've been working with the same book partner for 30 years. We set up on-site publishers releasing cocktail and spirits books, engaging person holding them till October. And then the Bitter Market is a place where we will have, this year we had about 35 different brands of bitters. So people from all around the world can pick up different bitters from different suppliers and creators and bring them back to their market, to their bar backs or somebody else. So again, this is a great opportunity for authors, the bookstore, and bitters companies as well too. We have to get you started off every day with a few things. So you can have your choice between a Bloody Mary, coffee, or a fresh juice bar at the Hotel Monteleone. So you can have one, two, or all of the above to get your day started. Health and wellness is important to us. And really, I think one of our new missions at Tales of the Cocktail is we can share our own with Natalie Derek is to host a health and wellness seminar series in 2014. So we had daily sessions that were all offered complimentary. So people could, kind of start their day off with yoga or a nutritionist or something else along those lines. This is the Tales of the Cocktail about, and it's interesting. It's the first year with seminars. Somebody said, hey, you ought to have a seminar. We did. And now we're to seminars in 2015. So this is the Cocktail. We're having fun, but ultimately it's about education and learning while you're here. Seminar. So we were traditional 90-minute seminar, averaging about 150 people is one option. Then we have other options as well. We have what we call exclusive tastings. These are limited to 20 people, and it's a very exclusive tasting of spirits that really are not available. For example, last year we had one with vintage chartreuse. So, the chartreuse family brought in products from Europe and other places, again, that you not normally get to taste. And our technique seminars are limited to 50 people. And those are truly a hands-on experience. So one we had in 2014 was the physiology of the shake, for example. So where your, shake was reviewed and critiqued. So these are hands-on. So a little something for every different type of person. And then we're looking to add, one other one we have too is what we call SED Talks. So it's kind of our version of TED Talks. So those are, no cocktails, but a seminar of 90 minutes, 5 to 6 people, each speaking on one topic for 15 minutes. So here's pictures of some of the traditional seminars, again, mostly set up classroom style. They could include a neat tasting or cocktails, depending on the topic. Exclusive tastings, some people are really again, you can see people here. apprentice program. My husband Paul says this is really the soul of these folks make the event happen in terms of how it's very wanted program. They have about 3 people, apprentices. That team is made up of 70 people ultimately, and they are in different levels of management, are a new cocktail apprentice, and they help us execute what needs to happen for all those seminars and events. The tasting rooms are a popular feature of Tales of Cocktail, and we started these a couple years after the seminar because it was kind of natural because it was starting to happen anyway, but we wanted the seminar sales pitches, we expect brand integration, but not sales pitch. So the tasting room is your own place, bring your brand personality to life. So you can see these pictures, Rose's Burn, Angostura had a really fun tasting room at the Monteleone pool, Mandarin Napoleon. So again, everybody brings their personality to life. So we have different, rooms, different looks, different feels that you can select from. And these are on a first come, first serve basis. So you submit your idea, we approve your idea, then you select where and what day and time you want to be. Some new additions for 2015. One, we do have the opportunity for you to have a mini cocktail apprentices. We have that in a new, larger room space. And then also new first, and this is really fun, I think, but we're literally going to have your product and registration, and it could be the first sip somebody's having it at Tales of Cocktail. It could be the first sip of a brand new product brought to market, but literally the first thing that touches your lips, so that should be memorable. And then the corner bar, and this is a fabulous new facility we are building in the lobby of the Hotel Monteleone. So it's ultimately the highest profile space where you will be able to interact with guests and serve your cocktail, and again, bring your brand personality to life right there in the lobby. Again, these are some pictures of the apprentice meals. We will have a new room for that in 2015, so a little more spacious. This is where we have water set up in 2014, which actually is our most consumed beverage at Tales of Cocktail. Thank goodness that Mountain Valley works with us closely. The corner bar, like I said, we're building an entire new setup here, so we're going to have fun with that and working with our brands on making sure you're featured prominently in the hotel lobby. With the tasting room, we're able to provide you with a lot of support. So with your tasting room fee, we include everything from water, ice, napkins, signage, cups, tables, your choice of size, layout, banquet servers. So we have a whole list of things that we're already providing for you. And then here included, we have a list of the things that you do need to bring. So you need to bring your own, bartenders, your own bar tools, your own decor. So again, the things that you need to elevate your brand, but we provide a lot of support in addition to our staff and team that is helping you at every step of the way. We have an excellent list of preferred vendors, and I invite you all to use them. New Orleans does not have a lot of major industries, but we do know how to run the special event industry, and that is one that we have here. It's no surprise we've hosted 10 Super Bowls, more than any other city, and we have the infrastructure here. It's easier for you, for example, to work with a local signage person than have it shipped to New Orleans, have to change it wrong, back and forth. And also, saves you money, and then that money, a lot higher percentage of it stays in our local community. And we've $82 million impact city, and that's something we take pride in. We vetted, they have the same customers as us, and we encourage you to use. And dining, two things we like to do in New Orleans. Drinking and dining to bars and restaurants is something that we also take a lot of pride in at Tails Cocktail. So we have our spirited dinners, we have our dynamic duos in our restaurant. But these are some fun and true statistics, some of the highlights that people had last year. So Sobu, for example, had their biggest night ever in their 2-year history of being Aaron Rose breaks records. They sold more Irish coffee that week than any other week of the year. This includes Mardi Gras Jazz Fest, other places. Tivoli and Lee had their highest gross day the night they had their spirited dinner. So these are all places where your brands are being sold as well. The Breakfast Club, something new that we are creating for 2015. So if you have a person in your company or your arsenal that people want to talk to, this is a perfect fit for them. These breakfasts will hold 18 to 20 people. We'll set up the room. It'll be a private room. Breakfast will be included with gathering. And the idea is for a master distiller, a master blender, forager, somebody interesting on your team, a intimate gathering of somebody that you would like to meet. So we're looking for those special people to highlight at the Breakfast Club. Spirited dinner, the events that we have been doing since the very first year of Tales of the Cocktail. So far as, and 13 years ago, people thought I was crazy doing this, but it works well. And now, again, the idea is to get people into our local bar, a brand ambassador, a master distiller, somebody at a local chef restaurant, and they create a spirited dinner together where those cocktails are paired with food. And now they've really gotten fun with interesting themes, interesting venues. They don't all have to be white tablecloth seated. So there's a lot of different forms that a spirited dinner can take. Restaurant Week. This was something new we started in 2014 to great success, so we want to continue it in 2015. But the spirited dinners are fabulous, and they always sell out, and they're all on one night, the Thursday night of Tales of the Cocktail. So people would come to us and say they couldn't decide what dinner to go to. There was too many good things to choose from. So we started Restaurant Week. So this will take place Monday, July 13th through Monday, July 20th. And again, this was a big hit for the restaurants that worked with us in 2014. So we asked the restaurant to come up with a curated lunch or dinner, and you can go into that restaurant anytime during that week and get that special price that includes a cocktail with it or a neat tasting. So for example, Pisco Portone was paired at Criollo. Banks Rum was paired at Green Goddess. So we had a lot of great pairings. El Dorado Rum was a cane and table. And again, then this gives people the option to try someplace new at a great price with a cocktail or spirit already paired with it. So again, this is another place we have for your brand that's really a win-win, because it gives you a home base, gives you a place to take small groups of people and entertain them. The account is purchasing product. So the more they sell, the better you do as well too. If anybody has any questions, just feel free to interrupt me. Dynamic duos. This is another thing that we started in 2014 that again just had great success. So we want to expand it in 2015. And what we did was we paired well-known, I'll say bartenders or industry professionals with our local bartenders, again, to drive people to that account and give people a unique experience. So for example, we had Dale DeGraw bartend with Chris McMillan. We had David Wandridge bartend with Paul Hustings. And there was a, special cocktail created for that dynamic duo. So again, your product is being purchased. It was not given away free. And these were huge successes. And this is kind of my answer to, the pop-up. Because again, we want to send people into the bars and restaurants. And this was a unique experience because a lot of people, maybe they've never had, Dale make them a cocktail. Maybe they've never had David Wandridge make them a cocktail. So this was an excellent opportunity. So we're going to do a few more of these in 2015 and curate them by neighborhood. events. We have a lot of these as well. As I say, we're an event-intensive event. So a couple of these special events we curate ourselves. So two that you can participate in as a brand. One in 2015 is called Made in America. So we want to feature spirits that are made right here in the USA. This is kind of a group tasting, I would call it, but still limited to only about 20 brands, so nothing too big at all. And then the second theme when we have is around the daiquiri, called Daiquiri Time Out. So again, here, we want you and your bartenders making frozen daiquiris, Hemingway daiquiris, traditional daiquiris, whatever, floats your boat for our attendees to try. Here's a little more detailed description of Made in America, and also description. Andrew did this is on purpose. One the kind of world to get a moment out. Tales of the Cocktail Spirited Awards. This truly is the Oscars, the Academy Awards, the Golden Globes. This is a place on the Saturday night of Tales of the Cocktail. We'll have about 1,200 people there. It will be at the Sheraton in New Orleans again on 2015. And these are some photos from that. And we have opportunities for brands to, be aligned in the awards on different levels. And if you're interested in that, we can have a specific conversation related to the awards. It's a great place to be if you need some, worldwide exposure. We have some additional opportunities as well, too, that I want you to keep in mind, but we're kind of on a daiquiri theme this year. So our official cocktail competition will be around the daiquiri, but it will be the frozen daiquiri. So we want you to recreate kind of the New Orleans daiquiri. You can use any spirit. Again, it can have a wide range of spirits being included. And the way this works is you would, tell us you want to be a part of it. We list your brand as a participating brand, and then all kinds of use on so we get to create use differently. And then also the bitter market. And again, this really just pertains to bitters companies. So here's a little more detailed information on the daiquiri, the bitter market as well, and the bitter market's hours. So we want to get you involved in Tales of the Cocktail. Again, we take the funds that you work with us on and reinvest them back into the spirits community. It's another one of the things that makes us different. We are the original industry cocktail event for the professional bartender, and it's all about education. In technology, we kind of have a brand event and be a cocktail hosted event. So when I mentioned the event, that is or something like that. We're going to work with the look. What is your next step? Well, you can feel free to email me anytime, which is ANN at Tales. Myself, Emily Britton, and Alex Smith, who I mentioned earlier, as part of the team. So we are here to work with you, answer all your sponsorship questions, and work with you to come up with something that you like and feel good and comfortable about your participation in Tales of the Cocktail. What are we looking for in your event submission? Definitely you should, read this before you submit that idea for that tasting room or spirited dinner. And everything does work on a submission process. So you submit the idea to us, you review it, and then you accept our specific. Some people want to it's like you want to tell them, why should they attend this event? What can they else? What are they going to taste? Who are they going to meet? what are they going to get as a giveaway, what hands-on activity they vote, product specific as possible makes for a successful event. We work closely with the Alcohol Tobacco Control Board of Louisiana and really consider ourselves, we want to be a model for best practices for them. So all products that are sponsors of Tales of the Cocktail must be listed with a Louisiana distributor. We can help you with that process and give you some recommended names. It is really easy. It's only about $200 and a few weeks worth of work to get listed. And Louisiana is not a franchise state. So if somebody does take you on for Tales of the Cocktail, and then you decide that you want to go in a different direction, that's not a problem for you. So again, we can help you with that, but you must be listed in Louisiana. We purchase all of the products from you. So again, we work on a series of deadlines in order to have a quality event that's this large. It takes this team of 7 and all year long to plan it. So you're going to have a couple big deadlines working with us. May 1st is one of them, and that's when we must have your spirits ordered in order to make sure everything the event. The dinners and fees you will directly order the product they need from their local distributor. So you want to work close with them again on time. Might be that quantity paid at the time. Ordering is good. Again, seminars, happy hours, spirited awards. We purchase all of these products, so we will do the recipe calculations and purchase what is necessary for that event. Important deadlines. Yes, I mentioned we have a couple biggies, so you want to put these on your calendar. February 2nd is the recommended, I would say, drop dead for you to have all your submissions in rooms, your dinners, anything along those, moved on a rolling basis. So we already have people that have picked out their tasting room for 2015. So I encourage you to not wait till last minute because then you have less of a selection. And then May 1st, again, that's a big deadline where we need to get our contracts signed, and again, we do these things and they are seasonal staff that works at the event, our core team, my husband's Spirited Awards. So at that point, close to the finish line and everybody's smiling. So again, that gives you a overview of Tales of the Cocktail, and we'd like to ask you to follow us. We have a very active Facebook page. We're on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube as well. If you want to hear long earlier, we have a program that we started. We have about 250 to 300 members now, and it gives you access to seminars that we videotaped, podcasts, special Google Hangouts that we call Shakeups, advanced opportunities to purchase tickets. So a lot of good benefits there. You can go to tales365.com for more information on the membership program. I've been talking for 30 minutes. So Phil, you had that one question, which I partially answered. Does anybody have any other questions? I see we do have some people viewing us. And this will be recorded and will be put, online. So if somebody else in your company has questions or wants to see the deck, again, or you can, email us directly if you don't want to ask a question specific about your brand, on the Hangout. But I'll wait a few more minutes and see if anybody has any questions.
What is your recommendation for a brand who hasn't been to Tales of the Cocktail, they haven't attended the event, and, are just trying to kind of find the starting point?
That's a really good question. Have not been to Tales of the Cocktail, one, I encourage you to listen to us. We have your best interest at heart, and we can guide you. And I would ask you to kind of like dabble your toe in Tales of the Cocktail if you want to get involved. And we pick a couple things that are, small that you can execute and recommend those to you. If you're not comfortable with that, then I just come to the event and attend it to look the following year on what's a good fit for your brand. The event is like nothing else you've been to before. So we don't have a trade show. We don't have things that, you can just sign up on, via interaction. And again, we really want to grow with you. I mean, we have brands such as Saint Germain with us in 2006. They originally came to the event when they were not even in their, proper bottle, but we've grown together over the years. And I would say too, that we have, very small brands that work with us to very large brands. And it's not about the size of your brand, it's about doing something interesting. And this was just verified. We did a sponsor recall survey with the University of New Orleans. And again, it just has to be interesting. It's not about being big. People are looking to meet new and interesting people. And one of the smaller brands that Tales of Cocktail was recalled a lot due to a specific giveaway item they gave that was interesting and original. So again, it's just about being interesting.
What if I have an interesting idea that doesn't necessarily fit into the categories you went over today?
Then let's get on the phone, because we don't, own all the good ideas. So that's what makes this event interesting is, Paul says it's the industry's event. We just organize it. So, if it's a good idea and we think if it has attendee benefit and brand benefit, then we definitely look at it. The key is it has to have a benefit for both of those audiences, but then we will definitely, take a look at that and see if we think it fits into what we're doing. And again, if it has value for the attendee, then we're definitely going to be interested. All right. I guess we don't have any more questions, but thank you very much. I've enjoyed speaking with you all. If anybody has any questions, feel free to, email myself, Ann at Tales of the Cocktail, or you can email partners at Tales of the Cocktail. But we, look forward to working with you on our 2015 event. So thank you very much and enjoy the rest of your day.